Hello, Daddy.
Hi, my brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice workplace.
Thank you very much.
Okay, okay. So please, kindly tell us a little bit about yourself and your upbringing.
My name is Michael Kwame Labi. I was born some 53 years ago in a village. And it was a remote area. So I completed my elementary school in that village. So my parents were farmers. So as for the discipline, we were very disciplined because your parents will never allow you to do anything untoward. Whatever they say, that's what you obey. You have no right to decide anything for yourself. Yeah. So after completion, my father told me I and my brother who came before me, he is now deceased. May his soul rest in peace. My father told us we have to stay there for another year.
Wow.
Yes, to serve him on the farm before he will allow us to continue whatever we want to do in life. So after the 1 year, I came to Accra to my uncle and discussed with him. I've completed school. I cannot continue, so I want to learn a trade. And
And that was around which year?
that was 1988.
Okay.
Yes. So many trades were put on the table, but finally, because my uncle knew my background, he said he chose this trade for me.
Okay, so actually, your uncle selected
Yes,
this particular
yes,
for you.
yes.
And were you okay with his choice at that beginning?
I wasn't okay, but because of my upbringing, whatever the elderly say, that's what you obey. Yes. I wasn't okay because what he told me in Accra here, even to get a place to start work is not easy. But with this, I can go back to the village and then start something on my own. So he chose this for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the journey to Accra,
Yeah.
from the village to Accra,
Yeah.
after that has released you to come to Accra,
Yeah.
how was the journey? Did you find the money yourself to transport yourself from the village to Accra? And I just want to know the journey.
Yeah.
How was it that easy to come to Accra in those days?
It wasn't that easy because my father, even departing from him, was not something comfortable with him. You see, so you have to struggle one way or the other, and then he will top up, yeah, for you to come. So that's how it began. Yeah,
So that means after the elementary school,
yeah.
you couldn't continue to high school.
No.
Okay, so let's zoom into the work. So after Uncle chose the work for you,
Yeah.
send me through that journey through the workspace.
Okay. My uncle had a friend who used to repair his things for him. So he took me to him and said, "This is my nephew, and I want him to learn your trade." So wholeheartedly, his friend, being my master, accepted me, even without performing the normal entry rights. Yes. So my master told him, okay, I should come and try for a while, and then when he sees that I can do it, not that if I'm interested, but if he noticed that I can. I think you get me.
On a trial.
Yes, on a trial.
You can really.
If I can, yes.
Wow.
So the information was later given to my uncle that yes, I can do the work. So they should prepare and come and perform the entry rights.
Okay, so that is so. What are some of the things in the trial times?
Yeah.
What were some of the things you noticed he was trying you on before you could say, okay? Because if you have a child and you are electronics, and because you are in electronics, you want your child to join you. Maybe he is not interested. You might force him. So how were you? Did you go through that little test to pass into the entry?
Yeah. You know, as I've already told you, in those days, you do whatever the elderly tells you. So once they have communicated and he has received the news that I can do it. So my part was putting all the effort, all my best, because I don't know all that I was thinking. If I'm not able to be accepted by my master, maybe either I'll be sent back to the village or maybe something else. So whatever I have to do in order to earn the trust of my master, I did it. You see, but those days too.
You take me through some difficulties in learning this game.
Yes. Hunger, number one.
Oh.
Yes.
But you were with your uncle, so hunger.
Yes. I was with my uncle. He was a mechanic. He has a host of apprentices that he's taking care of.
Already the pressure is there.
Yes, the pressure is there. So it was my parents who has to support me from the village with some pocket money. But it wasn't coming.
At a point it wasn't coming.
Not a point. Not at a point. It wasn't coming because they think my father think his brother. I'm with his brother.
Okay.
So I'll be okay. And the brother too knows the hot waters that he's in. You see?
He didn't explain to you.
No.
That is your
dad.
Okay.
Yes. So the one that was very supportive to me was my master. Yes. Who knows the situation and where I'm coming from. He supported me a lot. You see, for me to be able to.
So with the hunger, take you to that hungry state. Was it that you were not getting food to eat? Or you were getting little, but it wasn't much?
It wasn't much.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to skip breakfast. In the afternoon, not proper food. Maybe some gari and sugar. That's all. Nothing is added. Nothing is added. Sometimes too in the evening, you get some kinky without fish.
That was in Accra, so definitely.
Yes, kinky without fish. Sometimes too, you may repeat what you ate in the afternoon. Yes, in the evening. Gari in the afternoon and the evening to the same thing. So that's for the first year That's how tough it was.
So apart from the hunger, which were some of the difficulties?
The difficulties too were there's no place to lay your head. Okay. No place to lay my head. As I've already told you, there was a host of apprentices at the shop. So the workshop, all the rooms available were filled. Yeah, the apprentice. So I have to sleep in a car.
In a car?
Yes.
Do you remember the car you were sleeping in the time?
Yes, because it's a garage. Oh, okay. Yes. There are so many different cars. And the shops were just adjacent to other. So if you don't get any space at my uncle's place, you go to another shop and you can get a space there to sleep. Sometimes too, when there's too much heat in the car, you come and lie outside on top of the car.
Mosquitoes will be in the car.
Yes.
Because with that experience,
yes, mosquitoes will bite you, and we manage for all these 5 years.
So you were there for 5 years?
Yes, for 5 years.
It's not that now that we learn trade for like 2 years or what we are done.
Initially, it was 4 years.
4 years.
But as you are getting prepared to leave your master's place, maybe a year or two will be added.
Through the hunger, sleeping in car, mosquitoes, kenke with no fish,
and the gari.
The gari and only sugar and water. Through all of that, was there anything you would like to remember now aside the hunger and then the accommodation that you felt like it was part of the reason why you are here today?
Yes. The reason that I'm here today is, you see, when the accounts have a saying, meaning I know my background. I know there is nothing there for me when I go back to the village. And there is no other person in the village or no, in the family that I know can help me to achieve anything. So I have to struggle everything by myself, and I have that at the back of my mind that I will also make it one day and also become a master, so that other people will also come through me and also become somebody tomorrow. So that was what was at the back of my mind. So I was determined.
Determination.
Yeah, determination. I was determined to move on. Okay. What it entails. Okay. You know those days, there was no color television.
Okay.
Those days, the televisions that were there were valves. And what my master told me was, Ajumana also babisiano. Maweni na ho. Yeah, na wo hwe. To wit, I should concentrate on whatever he does, and then be picking whatever he does. For the first 3 months, you go through the books. That's theory aspect of the work.
So we had theory aspect.
Yes, a theory aspect. That is, so you start from color coding. You start from color coding. Yes. And then from there, you move to testing of components. So when you stand beside your master while he was working, you know how he dismantles the machine, how he removes the component one by one, how you test them. So once, for the first 3 months, once you've passed through the theory aspect, when he asks you to go and do something, dismantle or remove a component, you know how to remove it, and also how to fix it, and also how to test it. You see?
Removing it.
Yes. Testing it, and also fixing. Yes. That's the troubleshooting. That's how we learned the work. Yeah.
So from there, after the 3 months, then you zoom into which part of the work again?
Especially today. Even then, it was very difficult because, as I told you, you go through the theory aspect of it. So if you are given an assignment, if you can't read and write, how can you read the assignment and also work on what it has been given to you? Because we were given assignment on paper.
So in those days, that was what you were doing?
Yes. Assignment on paper.
You have to read and write?
Yes. Especially on color coding. They'll ask you if you put 3 colors, maybe red, green, and brown together. When you see these 3 colors, what is the value of the resistor?
Wow.
So that is the assignment.
Wow. So you should know all these things.
You should know all these things. So if you are not educated, you cannot.
Okay.
Maybe you'll be able to do some try and error, but you spoil things. Yeah, you spoil people's gadgets.
Okay. So through the 5 years you were with a master.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the experiences you learned from your master during the job.
Okay.
Because you would like to know.
Okay. The experience I took from my master, or I learned from him, is he's always truthful.
Okay. Truthfulness.
Yes, truthfulness. When he tells you, go and come by next week, or go and come by tomorrow, when you come and the machine is not completed, he will humbly give it to you, go and try another person. Yes, that's what we call, the doctors call a second opinion. Go and try another person. Because any proper technician doesn't take it as he knows everything. Because the motto of the Repairers Association, or the technicians, is Gesta Ideas, that Ghana Electronic Servicing and Technicians Association. So when you see your colleague, you say Gesta, and he responds ideas. It's ideas. You see, it's not, you cannot, So if you go to any person's shop and he is bragging, oh, go and come before you can finish everything. No, the person is not being truthful. You see, before I tell you, come tomorrow, I've already diagnosed and know everything, and even sometimes replace the spoiled item for the to see that the machine is working. So when I go and buy it, I can replace it. I know it's working. For that one, I can tell you, come for it tomorrow. Either with that, you troubleshooting the machine to know what is the problem with the machine, and to tell the owner, go and come. No. That's why you are not being true. So my master was very truthful. So I picked that. And there's another aspect too. What I took from him, you don't only eye the money. Don't only concentrate on money. That this way that is coming, no, I'm going to get money. No. Your first priority is to get the job done. When the job is done, the person you did the job for is going to recommend you to another person.
More clients.
That is it. That is it. So that's how. So sometimes you may come to the shop even with money in your pocket, but you won't get anything. But you lose that money you brought from home. You lose it because you bought a component. The component is no good. The owner doesn't care. He doesn't care whether it's good or not. He doesn't care. So in order to bring peace, not to bring quarrel between or argument between you and if the person say, you just give it to him. You give him his money. You go away.
You lose, but you still maintain your
yes,
peace.
You maintain your peace. So that's one thing I learned from my master. And when I was at Odoko, many people were, because there were other people around. People will be quarreling with them, but to me, never. So there was one man who was campaigning for me around that area, bringing work to me. A certain man called so and so. He told me to come to you. When he brought his job here, the way I handled him, it was perfect. He's never met anyone like that before. So that's the legacy I took from my master, and I still maintain it. Truthfulness, and also not to concentrate. Yes, money.
Gaining money.
Yes.
Wow. This is people.
Yes.
Because most of the young ones, they are in a haste.
Yeah, to get the money. Odoko is where I started the job.
The job actually.
But I learned the job at Adabraka. And I was staying at Odona.
Odona.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, how did life treat you through after learning the job and starting your own business?
In fact, life has not treated me fairly.
If you say that, how do you?
Yes. As I told you earlier on, I know my background, I know where I'm coming from. So, after I left my master's place, I have to go back to the village once again and then find money. So I went back, spent about a year. Did some farming to gather some money. And when I came, my brother helped me. Yeah, my elderly brother. He helped me to establish the shop at Odoko. So after a year of establishing the job, my shop was broken down. Yes, it was a kiosk. Okay. It was broken down by some contractor. They say they are laying some pipes. So I wasn't there. I had one apprentice. He was sleeping there. Before I came in the morning, everything in the shop was outside, and the shop has been moved to another location with some sides broken, and it took me some time before I could, because they have to finish that job before. Yes, it took me some time, so it wasn't easy. So once the account say it yes, once there's life, there's hope. So I have to put myself together and then repair whatever has been, and then place it well again. Yeah. So still being there, as I told you earlier on, I learned the job at Adabraka, and my shop is now at Odoko, and I was staying at Awushi. Yes. So you see, after 1 year, the job was now picking because nobody knows me. It was now picking, and now everything has been dismantled. So it's like, yes, you see. So I determined. Yes, determination, and then I still continue, work hard, denying myself so many things. Because if you want to concentrate on other things, the shop, I will lose the job. Yes. So I was there. And by God's grace, things work all right. And then after some time, I put up a container.
Now not a kiosk.
Yes, not a kiosk, not a container. So the kiosk was behind the container now. So it's like I've moved a little bit further. So I started this buy and sell home use things, yeah. Because by then this color television has started coming in, and then once again my container, everything in the shop was brought down by a bulldozer in the night.
Were they working on this, something about the
Yes, they were not working. They don't want to see any kiosk or container beside the roadside. So things were just bulldozed, spoiled things, just like that.
No announcement, like we are coming, like
no announcement. No announcement.
So how did you cope with that, and then how did you recover?
As I've already told you, one, there's life, there's hope. Yes.
Yeah.
So I put myself together. There were, because of what I told you, integrity and truthfulness.
Yeah.
Those people who were giving me those goods, to sell, they promised to help me, and indeed they did. They gave me goods. I just showcased them beside the road without any shop. Nothing. But one by one, as I told you, denying yourself everything except taking care of the family. Little by little, I put up the shop again.
So, by then, were you married by then?
Yes. When the first one came, I wasn't married then. But when the second one came, I was married by then.
That would be very difficult.
Yes. Yes.
You have to stay outside.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What do you think of the youths who have been coming to you to learn the trade? Are we that serious in learning or working hard for ourselves through the little experience we've had with the apprentice and all of them? Do you think we are willing to learn, as you were saying, determination, keep coming from the village, and all the struggles, Gary? And do you think we, the youths, we are really ready to learn compared to the past?
Thank you. You see, things have changed. And it's something, I don't know whether I heard or I read, I've forgotten, that the generation changes every 10 years. The human race, every 10 years. So, looking back at my time, comparing it to the youth of today, in fact, there's a vast difference.
What's the difference between?
Yes,
52 years ago.
Vast difference. You see, okay, let's come to the apprentice. We'll come to that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I've trained about 10 or more. Even one through day job, he attended some technical school, and through that he's now enlisted in the police service. And I have another apprentice too. He's also a computer programmer. Yeah. And there are other ones who are in the trade. They are still doing it. Yeah, they are still working. You see, those days there wasn't a mobile phone. You see, And the peer pressure wasn't that much as compared to today. Because right now, even a 10 or 12 year boy or girl wants to have his own phone. You see, and right now, if you say somebody should go and learn a trade, while sitting there, the madam or the master talking to him, he will be on the phone, chatting or doing something else. You see, but those days, there wasn't anything like that.
No phone, no internet.
Yes, no phone, no internet. And you always obey what the elderly or your parents have told you. But now,
people even take advices on.
Yes. Now, when you advise your child, he will say what you are saying is not true. You are a kolo. So he is going to take advice from the internet or from a friend. You see. And nowadays too, everybody wants money.
That is the.
Yes. You see. So it's very difficult to compare the olden days children and today, because today's children are very, very different from the olden days. You see. So today, what I will tell the youth is, you see, because of your phone, because of the internet, you are learning things which will not help you in future. So my advice to the youth is, they should please not live only for today, but they should live for the future. They shouldn't live for today. They should live for the future.
The future is very long. If you don't have that vision you set.
Yes, because anything you want to, whatever you want to be in the future starts today. You don't have to get there before you start. You start from today, because as I've told you about the journey. You see, since 88, the journey, sitting here right now, the journey started 1980. In future, you want to be on your own. If you are a girl, you don't want to depend on only the man or your boyfriend or your husband. Know that there's a future for you. You are going to bring up children, and especially the girls. You are going to teach your children, the children that you are going to give birth. You are going to teach them the morality in life. So if you yourself you are not disciplined, how can you discipline your children? It will be very difficult for you, and your children will become wayward, and they will become a burden to you. You see. And the boys too, they shouldn't follow their fellow the peers. They shouldn't follow them. You want this, you want that. They should concentrate on their books. Education. Today, education is the key to everything. Education is the key to everything. So when your parents are taking you to school, if you want to be a fashion designer, either a technician like myself, whatever you want to, concentrate on your papers, concentrate on your books, learn hard. In learning hard, every job market that you enter, because of the education you have had, you see that will pave way for you.
You can be very good at reading.
Yes.
Read and write.
Yes. Yes.
You will not have some contract.
So don't think some politician somewhere or some pastor somewhere is going to prophesy, or you see, they have taken so many things out of context from the Bible. It is not prophecies that a pastor will prophesy on your life that's going to make you somebody in the future. It is what you. That's why God. You see, when the early Christians, when they started mission house, they say they train the mind, the heart, and the hand. So they train your heart to know Christ, to do good to your fellow brothers and sisters. Yes, and also think right, and also your hand to do something for yourself. So they train the mind, the heart, and the hand. That's how God created the world. Because what did God tell Adam? He said, cultivate the land. Yes. Yes, you need the brain to do whatever you want to do. So the youth, please, your future is in your hands, not in what the pastor prophesy or to you. And it is not from any politician that I'm going to turn around. No. No politician is going to do anything for you. It is yourself. You see, it is not always the case. Let's say what we are saying, it is not always with all of them, all of the youth. You see, because those days, as I told you, there was one apprentice that I had. The mother was taking very good care of the boy. And because he was mommy's boy, he lacks nothing. From food, clothing, shoes, the boy lacks nothing. So I don't know whether it is how he was brought up or maybe his own character. That one, I can't tell. But with all this, even the boy told the mother that he has spoiled somebody's television, and I say he should pay. And the mother sent money to the boy. There was nothing like that. You see, somebody brought some television. I told you about 10, about more than 10. My apprentice, but he is exceptional. Somebody brought some television to me. The boy took the television, he sold it out, and he ran away. So I was looking for him. So I searched for this guy for about 3 months before somebody directed me to someone who knows the mother. We called the mother before the mother told me all this. Not even once, the television, not even once.
Okay,
he's been doing it, you see. And the reason why those days I blame the mother was, if there was anything, why don't you ask me or call? But he didn't. The mother didn't until I brought. You see, most parents want to cover up. Yes, and it's not good. It's not good for a parent to do that. If you tried your best and still your word is not changing, it is good to tell someone else to help in correcting the child so that in future he will not become a burden to him. So, coming back to your issue, it is not all of them, but for now, I will say it's most of them. It is most of them, because as I said earlier on, they want phone, they want this, they want even consent. Even when talking to, when even you are having discussion with them, they don't even concentrate on what you are telling them.
It's not like those days.
No. Even when you are trying to correct him, he will rather tell you what you are telling is wrong. You see, so I would say it's not all of them, but most of them. So for now, even some people have come, they want to learn, but it's very difficult for me to accept somebody.
The trust issues.
Yes, the trust issues is very difficult because you will not be around, and something else will happen.
I think it's also how I get it in the front. What would be your words for parents who are really not doing much for their kids, as in paying attention to their kids? And the last advice you would have for anybody who would like to learn a trade or go to school, I would like to hear from what you have for parents who...
See, the problem is with the women.
Okay.
You see, most of the time, the men are not in the house. It is the women who are there. And, you know, training a child begins at the age of 3.
The child is 3 years.
Yes. It is there that you let the child know you can do this, you can't do this. You can say this, you can't say that. You can go here, you can't go there. But when you wait and the child is 12 years and above, you are now going to correct the child. As you were saying, the girl was wearing something short. The time is already past. It's gone.
What you put in the child at 3?
Yes. That's why it begins. At 3. Let the child know you cannot say this. You cannot do this. You cannot go here or there.
You have to intentionally.
Yes, intentionally. And sometimes too, it is not always that when you see that the child is doing something, hey. Sometimes you have to fold your arms, stand somewhere and steady the child. Because maybe your child may be having something else you may not know. Let me tell you a story about one of my apprentices. This guy was about about 24 years or so, but he's smallish. When it was the grandfather who brought it, and when he brought the boy, I asked him what is the educational background, and he said he has completed secondary school and also been in poly for 2 years, but still they've seen that things are not going on well, so they decided to let him learn some trade. Okay. So I gave him daily graphic for him to read. It wasn't convincing. Yes, it wasn't convincing. I said, okay, I will test him and see. So after being with me for a year, I called the grandpa and also the father himself, and I told them the guy has a problem and they need to see a psychiatrist. Because what I noticed about it, boy, you see, you if you are somebody who doesn't study things, you like those boys that's this. Oh, what Jimmy? What do I say? No, I don't do that. I have to study you. So anything I say about you may be the truth. So I studied the guy for 1 year. And I say, he's having a mental problem. So they have to go and see a psychiatrist. And I said, why am I saying this? Because the father is a headmaster in a secondary school, and the mother is a headmistress in a GHS.
So it can't be.
So
it's kind of weird.
Yes, it's weird. Why am I saying this? I said, no, I've studied the guy. He's having a problem. He cannot learn the trade.
That means sometimes parents just don't have to shout.
Yes. And lo and behold, they went to they are fancies. So they went to Ankafor, and they diagnosed him, and they saw that there was a problem with the guy, but they have waited for far too long, and it's too late. What they told them was, if they had come earlier, when he was at the younger, the effort would be small and the resource, you see. But now you put in so many effort, but the resource will be small. They moved from there. They went to how do you call it? Accra Psychiatry. They went there. The doctors told them the same thing. You see, me, a villager, Form 4 liver, I studied the guy and knew that it's not just that he's a fool, but there's problem here. And the doctors confirm, you see. So it is not, if you want to correct your child and also know the kind of person he is, sometimes you need to study him. In studying him or her and knowing the kind of person he is, that's where you will know how to bring him up. You see, if you only nag, no, you may not know what is the problem with your word. So that's my advice to the parents. They shouldn't always cover up what bad things that their children are doing. If you notice there's something wrong with the child and you try so many efforts, you are not achieving, call for help. Because after 12 years, you cannot control. Because after 12 years, you cannot kill your child again. You cannot kill. 12 years, he's become your friend. From 12 years, you advise. You don't cane anymore. But from 3, before 12, you can cane. That's why we study the child and know the sort of person he will become in the future.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. The name of my shop is Adon Ventures. Yes, I've not written my sample, but Adon Ventures. Yes, that's on my receipt. My location is at Budumburam Nyamenadom, adjacent to Jobina School Complex. Jobina School Complex, Budumburam Nyamenadom. Yes.